thing.
Hey, Brady, we are recording.
Today on The Law, live audio wrestling, this is the Weigh-In Brothers. I am Little Brady Wedham. That's the notorious TID, Chris Tidwell, and you can hear it in our voice. We're a bit disappointed. You want to know why? Because Oliveira just laid on him. He just laid on him.
Well, here's my question for you, Brady. How do you feel? How do you feel knowing that the BMF champion basically just wrestle left his way to that championship? The baddest MFer in the UFC literally used his, size advantage, obviously. He manhandled Max hasn't probably been done in quite some time. But literally wrestle and lay and pray. Not that he wasn't working because, what ifs. But this is your BMF champion. What?
Yeah, Woo is right because it should be boo. That event last night, I was heading into it thinking, this is Vegas, this is Paramount, it's going to be a good night of fights. And then you find out the nosebleed section ticket cost, and you're like, ooh, these are going to be some rowdy fans because they just missed mortgage payments to be here in a city that is dying and overpriced. So we'll get into that a bit into the show here, but yeah, this whole event felt really off.
Yeah, it wasn't, fights are fights and styles make fights, and Michael Johnson ruined my parlay. Yeah, exactly. But listen, here's the bigger question then, because not only were the fights bad, everybody was like, okay, cool, we can get past all of this because we're going to make the announcement, right? We're going to make the announcement of what's going to be known. What is it? The 250, the America 250 fist fights in the front yard fiasco for the UFC.
We're going to make 250.
Right. I think they spelled freedom D-U-M.
Freedom, the same way we spell Canada. Canada.
Yeah, well, because that's what this show is. It's going to be free and it's dumb.
Do you think this was like one of those haikus?
Oh, boy. It was a goodbye coup is what it was.
Oh my God.
Listen, shout out to the subscriber who put it up on one of our last videos and said that their fear was that this is going to end up being like another UFC 300 announcement, because they're right. That's exactly what this was. This was another UFC 300 announcement. We got shit. We got nothing. You didn't get John Jones. You didn't get Conor McGregor. You got Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane in an interim title because you didn't get Tom Aspinall, and you've got Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria, which I honestly, that's a good fight, and it's going to be a decent fight, I'm sure. I hope
it's a one rounder.
That's what I think too.
One round.
So what does this do for anything? And what else do you got? Colby Covington couldn't get a fight on the White House card.
No, because it's Colby's not the image that Colby was in the eyes of the USA and Trump and all that. That's 5 years old now. That was the first administration.
Here's my bigger question, because if you look at this card and the way that it was announced and stuff like that, and you look at the fighters, and then you have to think to yourself, oh, is this really what we had thought and what we had said before? Is that the pool of fighters that you could have is actually a lot smaller than you think, because you have to take into not just the political aspect of it, but the security aspect of it. And maybe John Jones couldn't get clearance. Maybe Conor McGregor couldn't get clearance to get, change into his tighties in the Oval Office.
Well, we'll listen to Mr. Clean later.
Maybe Colby couldn't get clearance.
We'll find out from Mr. Clean himself exactly, what he said at a presser. I've got the clip lined up with the team here for later on in the show, but I got a rant for a second.
Okay, go
The
ahead.
reason why I've been quiet is because
Lean in.
this is one of those things that I'm gonna go off. So
Wait. Hold on. Before you do that, though,
all of our sounds got fucked up.
What's that?
All of our sounds got fucked up.
Who did that?
I don't know. Somebody's getting fired. Look at the buttons. Buttons are all fucked up. I had an opinion. Oh, there it is.
When brothers are ready for action, this fucking song is a giant distraction. Doesn't really matter if we are high as fuck.
It doesn't matter.
So you can suck our nuts.
Lick it.
Time for little Brady's opinion.
So my friggin' opinion is that these tickets were $500 for nosebleeds. You flew a bunch of people into a city that was ridiculously overpriced and dying to begin with. It's just miserable there. So you have a bunch of people coming into a miserable city, into a miserable arena, paying a miserable ticket price to get fucked on all of the fights, because this was a lay and pray fest. The real American wrestling had more action when Armin freaks out and starts punching people than what we actually got on this event. So you have a bunch of people booing, and then Mr. Shill himself. Oh gosh, the days of Rogan being a normal human being on Justin TV, just smoking weed with his buddies, talking about Sasquatch and a fake moon landing. Those days are gone. Now we get a, well, these can't be real fans, as they're booing. No, they're booing because they just lost a mortgage payment to come there and see their dream, which is to watch the UFC in person and watch exciting fights with the BMF. A motherfucker is supposed to be killing each other. That point to the ground in the last 7 seconds that those two idiots did should have happened from the very beginning. This is your careers aren't on the line. This is the ride home. Okay, on the wagon. You're going home. So going home, go out on your shield. The CTE is already going to kick in eventually. You might as well just kickstart that shit. Get a fucking huge payday. Give the people what they actually wanted to see. If you didn't, you took their money. Dana is becoming basically Lex Luthor. He went from Mr. Clean to this third clone version as Lex Luthor. He's stealing people's money. He is booking fights that make no sense. Then we get to the White House horseshit announcement. We didn't get any, can you see me now? At the end of this friggin' pay-per-view trailer. No, we got a stupid graphic stuck on a screen that couldn't dissolve quick enough. So you thought everybody thought their TVs and their stream froze because it just kept happening all night. What the hell is going on with Paramount? Why did we put this in the hands of a bunch of people that are using oil baron money instead of viewers' money to make the product good, to have rankings that make sense, and to have people that actually want to fight? Fuck this company. The UFC is slowly dying. I am falling into the MMA guru category more so than I am the fanboy. That's my rant. That's my opinion. I'm little Brady Wedham. Sorry, my flight just showed up.
That was the response from Dana. Right there. Yeah, and you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Because if you can't afford to go to these fights, why did you go in the first place? And then if you can't afford to go to these fights, you got there, and then you find out that this is happening. Even when you saw that they went to Dana afterwards and said, "Yep, these are the fights," blah 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 blah, he did not have that same kind of enthusiasm. He looked like a man who was announcing something with his tail tucked between his legs, because this was the best you're going to get. And he's going to do his job and try to promote this and you know, make it look like what it is. But at the end of the day, you've got Alex Pereira filling in for John Jones to go out there and watch Cyril Gahn get beat up again. Is Cyril Gahn the guy you go to when you just need to put somebody over for an interim title?
Yeah, I guess. And here's the thing: you're risking Alex's eyeballs.
This is what I'm saying. Like, the last thing that you want to have happen after this is Cyril Gahn to beat Alex Pereira.
I got a theory.
That you have to put Cyril Gahn as now the interim champion, and he's going to end up having to fight Tom Aspinall for the belt.
Well, I got a theory on this. So one, I think either John Jones, something happened with him, leading into this, and it's going to let me play the Dana clip in here in a second leading out of this. But so I think something either happened with John Jones last minute and that's what got canceled, or the conspiracy side of me thinks that maybe the reason why we've seen Chandler's name on this fight card is, and against Rufy, because Rufy is a modern day Connor, was because something happened with Connor and they had to scramble last minute to get Rufy. Dana did say that they were up all night trying to figure it out. I think that was the fight, Chandler and Connor, and something happened with Connor again. We talked about this previously, even when we were making our, fanboy speculations and predictions were, yeah, John Jones and Connor, you can't bet on those guys. So that's probably the 7th fight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like that wasn't the 7th fight. It looks like there were 6 fights and Connor may have been one of them. It was either Connor or Jones pulled out. Or like you said to me during a text message yesterday, after that happened, the security thing may have been an issue and maybe Hamza got pulled off last minute. I don't know. All I know is that I wanted the whole, can you see me now? At the end of the trailer, and we didn't get it.
We got none of that. What we got? You know what we got, Brady?
What did we get?
We got roofied.
We got we got roofie.
We got roofied in this whole thing. And I hope that I get roofied one more time when this fight card actually happens.
Okay, well let's play Dana, the reporter. I think this is Full Send MMA that ended up asking this question. If not, forgive me, it's on their channel. But here we go.
There is speculation, of course, that it's John Jones.
No, it's not. Ever, which I told you guys 100,000 times, was John Jones even remotely in my mind the fight at the White House. I wouldn't. First of all, I've told you why. I wouldn't do it. And number,
he's so pissed off.
So mad.
Because this is what happens.
Supposed to happen.
But this is what happens when he has shitty fights. He knows too, right? When he sits down at that presser afterwards, he's like, fuck, these people got screwed.
Yeah.
Not only the people that watched for $9 on Paramount or whatever it is, I still steal it because fuck these guys at this point. I'll just admit it. Going there in person, you just screwed everybody.
And here's the thing. He's mad about it. He's mad about it because he knows in his heart the fucking fight that fell through was the one that was going to sell this card to everybody.
Yeah, you're right. One sec.
I wouldn't do it. And number two, some guy with meta glasses on filmed him talking about his hips, that his hips are so bad. And I don't know if you guys saw that flag football game where he can barely run. John Jones he retired because of his hips. He's got arthritis in his hips. Apparently he's been, doctors say he should have hip replacement.
Wow, that sucked. That really sucks. Hey, Dana, remember a fucking week ago when you were still calling John Jones the greatest of all time and you were still like fucking balls deep? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Something happened.
Talking to John Jones and that John Jones wasn't interested in the fight.
I'm not saying we weren't talking to him with his bad hips and he retired, but he was interested. But
even crazier is John Jones came out and was like, I'm in negotiations right now for the White House fight, after I had already sent a text to his lawyer saying, never going to happen ever.
Is it fair to say that John Jones is retired and this is the end of his time?
Yes.
That is a pissed off Dana.
So this is what I'm saying. It's A or B. Either John, fuck this whole thing up again, or Connor, fuck this whole thing up again. And it shows you that we have no star power. I'm not saying some of these guys can't be stars, but the company is doing what the WWE did for so many years, and now they're in the predicament that they're in. If you book this around shit that you think you want to see as a company, and you're going to say, you're going to get what we're going to give you, this is the type of scenarios you find yourself in one day. And it at this point, I'm not trying to be an anti-UFC guy, because this is, we love the fucking MMA, and this is why we do the whole show, right? But this is getting ridiculous.
But who do they have that could be that star?
There's people around there, even guys like Rufy.
They
Chandler. They let Chandler sit on the sidelines for years. For years.
But he
they let him sit
sucks.
there. No, it doesn't matter. He was a star. You know as well as I do. Justin Gaethje's now, right? Because Justin Gaethje sucks.
Yeah. I mean,
He's
all of
horrible.
these guys would kick the living fuck out of me, but
Not me. You see these arms in this picture? They can't see the arms because it's audio only. But those
know.
are big fucking arms, bro.
well, no matter the screen you're watching or listening to, just know that the arm he's referring to is actual size. Listen, exactly. No, I don't mean so much. I should probably rephrase that. They don't suck. They're just not at that level where you can make that kind of a star. The thing that made Connor that star was he came out and he slept Jose Aldo the way that he slept him.
He was a star leading into that.
You know what I mean? But that solidified it.
Oh,
Every time these guys
Nova.
get into a position to do something like that, they get beat. Right? Michael Chandler, it happened to him. He's not at that level of a fighter. Sean O'Malley, it happened to him. He's not that level of a fighter, apparently. So
No, he's not.
Sean Strickland is just a security risk. So how are you going to make
Sean's
him
that
a
level of a
star?
fight, and that is a perfect person to put in this place right now, because you're right. Sean Strickland, whether you like him, let's take away the personality completely. We're just looking at the skill set.
Sure.
Might be top 10 in the world for the past 5 years.
Yeah, well, we've talked about it. There's only one way to beat Sean Strickland. And you have to knock him out.
You got to be Alex Pereira,
right? You have to come over the top and catch him with something.
or you basically just have to be a question mark that he hasn't figured out, because DDP and Alex both did kind of the same thing, which was frustrate the living shit out of him. Alex just did it quick and then slept them. DDP did it over 6 rounds of chaos.
But how do you make that guy a star? How do you put all of your eggs behind that? How do you hook your horses up to that cart?
You can't in today's world. You
So
could
then
years ago.
Who is it that you can in today's world that you see as that star that the UFC has?
I don't know. They should have been booking the company differently, and maybe we would have found one. That's what I'm saying. We're in a situation right now where you can't even grab people out of thin air and put them in this position on a White House card.
I think
And
Tom
where's the
Aspinall could have
money?
been that guy. I think Tom Aspinall could have been that guy, but since the eye poke stuff, he's turned heel.
They were already.
He's a heel now.
Yeah, but that's the Joker creating the Riddler type thing, right? Because they were already healing on him.
Yeah.
Before he even got his eye poked, they were treating him like shit since John and Stipe.
So they were shitting on Tom because of who?
Because of Dana and Hunter, the guys who run the company.
No.
And Ari
Because
and all
of
these
John.
other fuckers.
Because of John Jones. Dana was still sucking off John.
Well, you got exactly what you
Right?
you got exactly what you deserved then.
Yeah,
fucking
and this
John.
is why Dana's so mad. This is why Dana's mad at this presser having to go into this thing.
Oh man, his wife got it hard last night, didn't she? And I don't mean in the bedroom. I mean like in the kitchen. She got torn up. Ooh.
Yes, careful.
Ooh,
Careful.
Oh, look at that. We're around that time. Conveniently, the producers are telling us to wrap it up after that line. But okay, what are your is that his wife?
No,
Sorry.
that's
What are your thoughts on this? Because I know you probably want to rant for a second, so we should do that before we hit this 20-minute mark.
Listen, here's the reality of all of this. If the UFC cannot make stars, they are going to fall short. I don't think that they are really concerned with it right now. I think that they're not worried about doing the thing that they want to do, that other fighters and other fans want them to do. I think that they're more concerned with trying to get markets. I think that they're trying to expand into markets and not worry about fighters. They think that the markets are going to create the stars. And the unfortunate reality is that us hardcore fans aren't going anywhere out of this. And also we talk about it, so we're going to watch it. The unfortunate thing is you're not going to get any of those casual fans. The days of going to the bars and watching this on the screen with your buddies, not knowing who the heck is on the screens, but still paying attention to the fights, those are over, because people aren't going out. It costs too much money. So you have to get these people to sit and watch these things from home. The only way you're going to do that is to have to get them invested. You have the perfect opportunity. You have the perfect chance to learn from people inside of your organization that work over at the WWE who are going to be able to tell you how to build stars. And if you can't take a note from them on how to build stars, then you're going to be dead in the water. You might as well leave now, go over to boxing, get into a fight with Eddie Hearn, do whatever it is that you need to do, Dana, because we know that you don't even handle the stars now as it is. This is all negotiating stuff that's handled by Hunter and other people because you've checked out. You've checked out, you're done, you're finished. So be done, be finished. Hand the reins over to somebody else to be the face of the company. Go move on to your new venture, and let's try to give the fans exactly what they want. Let's try to make the UFC great again. I don't know. There's a concept. I'm out.
Shut your fucking mouth! Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Law Live Audio Wrestling. I am Little Brady Wedham. That is the notorious T.D. Chris Tidwell. We are the Weigh-In Brothers. Follow us at What's a Work or any of these podcasts and online radio gimmicks. We're on there. Yes, we are on there. I'm going to leave it with the senior citizen another time here. Mr. Senior Citizen Chris, what would you like to leave a message for these people? What would you like to say?
Come to the children. Wu-Tang is for the children. We teach the children.
Tuck your chin.